All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah Soon said he kick back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. That's right, family. We're excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarah Soon said YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all know what it is, the Black Power frequency. If you're loving that energy, you should become a member. The link is right down in the video description. It says join. Click that link. You'll get a video introduction to the memberships, what they entail. You see one that you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Soon Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Soon Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all, what am I talking about? I didn't moved on. I'm talking about kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Soon Seti, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, and hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies. We got 25% off at this time. Selected items. You should most definitely get over there and check out the inventory. We got a lot of things we know you're going to like and love. Get you 25% off. Save and shop. That's right. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University. We're talking about over 1,000 videos on African history, heritage, spirituality, nation building, mental warfare. We're talking about pure heat, family. We're talking about pure heat, mental warfare, advanced African academics developing the Black nation one lesson at a time. Not only do you have the over 1,000 videos presented by General SETI, you also have the supplemental videos from the master teacher, supplemental but also monumental and instrumental documentaries and research material of the master teachers. And General SETI will soon, along with that, have an overview even of those lectures and documentaries, so you can get in tune with how that applies to the research that's been done by General SETI and what's going on in 2023. That's right. So get on over there, generalseti.com. SETI popping on Patreon, BPC making noise. We never come, exclusive live stream. Too hot to handle on YouTube, too hot. And I got some on right now dealing with the polite situation of Bambaataa, Malachi Z. York, Prince York. You most definitely get over there and get that work. Most definitely get that work. You got uncut material over there, so you know what you get. And plus, you got over 200 other exclusive live streams that you gain access depending on the tier that you join in. So, family, unlock that and get that treasure chest open for your wisdom and for your knowledge. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King SETI, General SETI, Sarah Soon SETI. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Share with your family and friends, and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. You will be up out of here. Period. Nah. We still in here, family. We ain't went nowhere. I see you still in here. We up, and I'm going to keep you up because, of course, I'm going to drop nothing but heavy mental. See, the thing is, this is what we got to understand. We got niggas that's running from reality. You understand what I'm saying? They running from reality. You understand what I'm saying? Ashamed of their Africanness. And so niggas, they'll become anything, and that's okay. We understand that, that family, come in various situations, you know what I'm saying, have, got some blood from, and I don't claim none of it. I'm African. You see what I'm saying? I don't claim shit. Nothing. There ain't no motherfucking thing you can make me claim other than African. That's just how I roll. You see what I'm saying? Even, that's just how I roll. You understand what I'm saying? Because you got to find a team. You see, you got to find a team. Everybody got a team. You ain't got two. You ain't got three. You got a motherfucking team. You see? And so that's the team that I choose. You feel me? And so why am I doing this? Because I see these niggas, they want to say, look at what's going on. See, they see what's going on with Polite. You see, and a lot of, and they want to blame, the demise of this nigga on us. You say the conscious community. When you say the conscious community, what they really want to say is the Black Power community, because we get the most. You see, you don't see the Moore Science Temple. You know, people say, oh, the Moore Science polite, but no, they don't say that. You don't see the Nation of Islam get the negative rap. No, they don't get that. You see, even though all of them come to this so-called conscious community and try to benefit, because they know it's a lot of groups, and so they can get members. They can hassle other people's members. You know, if they get because you know, when the conscious community, all the groups come together, so that's an opportunity for them to hassle other people's members. That's all it is. You see, and try to get their members on to become a member of theirs. That's all it is. Okay. And so you don't see, you know, the Nation of Islam take the, you know, and so, you know, and then you got other groups. You see, you got other groups inside of there that, you know, and so you got the Moore Science Temple, you got the Nation of Islam, you got, you know, the 5%ers, you got even the Aboriginal Black Indian niggas is a part of the conscious community. Now, when they want to be, they'll check out. They'll say, oh, no, we're not that. But when they're trying to gain members, they'll come to the conscious community. You see, but when something bad happens or some bullshit happens, the Black Power, the African-centered community, we get the rap for it. You see what happens? We get the rap for it. And that's why, and so I see these niggas out here saying, see, look at polite, look at the conscious community. What is the conscious community? Nigga, you in the conscious community. You see? Who the fuck is you? You in the conscious community. It ain't no one group, nigga. It's a cauldron of groups. You see? But see, they can easily, they divest from the conscious community when it's necessary for them to do that. You see what I'm saying? When it's necessary for them to say, no, we're not a part of that. But then who the fuck is you thinking you talking to? You see what I'm saying? Even when you try to diss a nigga, when they say, look at what the Black Power community, look at what I'm quite sure you trying to reach out to the conscious community and say, look, yeah, you responsible for this nigga, right? But in order to have access to those type of individuals, you got to be in the conscious community. How would you have access to them? You see what I'm saying? So you are in the conscious community. And so I see these niggas try to throw polite on the Black Power community. Say, look, you see, but see, I see you, nigga, and you're weak. You still weak. You still weak because, I personally just love to lay down the law and lay it down hard as I possibly can. You know what I'm saying? And I stay to clearly. It's a whole lot of, it's a few facts that are just so damning that, I just can't, I just keep reiterating them. And I have yet to get one of them niggas to address the issues. You understand what I'm saying? They dance around all the fucking issues. Okay. Now let's deal with this. Let's deal with this now. Let's deal with this. And I'm going to keep going over this over and over and over and over until somehow it's embedded in your motherfucking brain till you understand this. Now, let me do this. Yeah, y'all love me. We 1 o'clock in the night. Okay. Now, the question becomes, now when you say indigenous, I keep asking this question. You see, because they want to sever their ties from Africa. They say they're not African. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Let me deal with something. Now, if you're not African, okay, these niggas say they didn't come from Africa. Okay. And so they say they indigenous. They indigenous to these lands right here. You see? Now, in order, so it just got to be different species on the planet. You see, they're just totally different species. I'm laughing and shit. You know, this nigga, you know, you got black people that originated in Africa. They say they indigenous. And so now you got niggas in America and they say they indigenous. That mean when you say, yeah, but it's still here. It's still here. We got to go over it. You see, and the family say, Seti, I thought you killed these topics years ago, but you know, it's they still here. You see, they still here. You know, and so I have to address it. Yeah, I still have to address it. You know what I'm saying? But they running. They don't. They think that you know that they. And you're not gonna slick talk me. You're not gonna slick talk me because I'm gonna go to the root. I'm gonna go to the root of it. You see? Nah. When you say indigenous, you see in indigenous, you see genes. You see right there when you say in, you can separate the
space.
You see? Let me turn that down. I got that sound on. Okay. And so you see right there, indigenous. And you see within the in the root of indigenous is genes. See? And so that's why, you know, when you say indigenous, you got to look at the phenotype of a people. You see, because how you look is going to be based on your genes. It's going to be based on your DNA. You see, it's going to be based. So we have to understand, just because you the first colonizer of the land does not mean that you're indigenous to a landmass. You see, you know, and I'm clear about that. You see, yeah, indigenous got to do with your genes. What are you and so, you know, if you dark, then you know that the land mass in which you come from is a land mass where it's hot all the fucking time. Not like in America. Nah, we got to deal with this. We got to deal with this. And I have to, and I put this up. This is saying 2023, 2024 weather forecast. You see now, and you see, and you can see that damn near 80% of the whole fucking nation is cold and snowy. Even northern Texas. And damn near all of Texas got ice storms last year. And it knocked out they fucking power. You see what I'm, their electricity. You see what I'm saying? They just show, even down into Texas. You see, you get ice storms and shit and this, that, and the third. And so you talking about clearly for at least 4 months, it's cold in a motherfucker. You know, in Detroit shit, you know, it can start getting cold in fucking October. You know, it can start getting cold in October. You see, and so most definitely November, December, January, February, shit, March, shit, it's a toss up in Detroit. You see what I'm saying? Now I know it's getting, you know, but it could reach out and touch your ass. So you talking about clearly. You're talking about clearly. Because you know, and then yeah, it'll start getting warm. It'll start getting warm. Yeah, you could have some April, but it could get cold as a, you know, it's still there where that shit can touch you even in April. That motherfucking cold in Detroit can touch you even in April. You understand? And one of the biggest snowstorms we ever had in Detroit was in May. That's crazy. And I can show you that. I can look it up. Crazy. A fucking snowstorm happened in May. I say, what the fuck? We were shook. You see? So you really not out of you really not out of it. You understand what I'm saying? It's still the possibility, because when you think about the ice age, Michigan was up under the ice. You see? So you know, some of them, you know, you talking about up there in the north, a lot of them states. Yeah, I mean, you talking about the goddamn Arctic, and you know, you got the subarctic, but you know, then you got the Arctic, but you thinking shit, you know, Canada is right above, you know, you in the subarctic, nigga. You see what I'm saying? Them northern regions. And so, yeah, so I mean, you really never, May, some summers, yeah, May, might start off, and it might be warm some years. But then there are some years where it just it ain't kick in like it's supposed to. And it could still be something kind of lingering, and yeah, you waiting for it to kick all the way in, but it's lingering a little bit. So when you think about, man, it's getting cold in the end of October, and you know November, January, you get November, December, January, February. Yeah, you them 4 cold ass months. And then you got March, cold. Let's be real. In goddamn Detroit, it's cold. Ain't no motherfucking way you getting out of there in March. Ain't no way. Ain't no motherfucking way. So you can literally get 5. You can literally get 5 fucking months of some cold motherfucking weather. You see what I'm saying? Let's deal with that. Okay, you can damn near get 5 months of some cold fucking weather. So we're determining whether this landmass can African black people be, if you don't want to be African, all right, let's just deal with the melanin. You see, how is it possible when you look all around the world, when you look at it, and then when you go across the water, you see, when you go across the water on the latitude, you understand, and you look at the longitude, latitude, this same area on around the world, you can go, you in Europe, and you understand what I'm saying, and shit. Some of the areas in the northern, you in Russia. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you in Russia. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, so you when you go on the other side, that's just like saying, to say that black people originated in America, indigenous. That's just like saying niggas is indigenous to Europe, and they indigenous to Russia and shit like that, because those are the same nations on the other side, on the same latitude. You see? Now, listen, we're not talking about our people migrating. We're not talking about our people migrating somewhere, because you can migrate anywhere on the motherfucking planet. You see? Man, what is this nigga doing? Let's get this nigga out of here. We got a clown in here, but I'll take care. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so you say, what about the triangle? What's the triangle? Would I debate? Yeah, I would debate. I ain't gonna debate. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna debate. I had to debate the top. Yeah, I would have to debate the top. Yeah, yeah, I would have. Yeah, You talking about the Great Lakes Triangle? Okay, that's what you're talking about. That's what you were talking about. Yeah, but anywhere in there, we talking about indigenous. Yeah, yeah. We talking about indigenous. Well, you know what? Road Haze. What's Road Haze? What's that? What that got to do? I'm talking about from inception. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about inception. We talking about here. Let's deal with this. Oh, the triangle. Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, that. Yeah, but our people have migrated over here before the Ma'afa. You see what I'm saying? They had come over here before the Ma'afa. They had come over here before the Ma'afa, before the slave trade. They were already over here. You see what I'm saying? They were already over here. But, based on the evidence, it's clear where they came from. You see what I'm saying? They don't even talk about Wutanha, which was the anthropologist, that Ivan Van Sertima talks about, who had collected over thousands and thousands of artifacts that clearly African. You see? And we're not talking about even the term Indian. You see, that's because they thought they was in India. So that term don't even count. But what I'm saying is no matter what people, and like I say, I have no problem with saying that black people was over here thousands of years before the European even came here. That's not what we're talking about. But it's clear that they came from Africa. When you look at the old Mecca and you look at the culture of the old Mecca, is no doubt that they came from Africa. And I can break that down. It's not a problem. You see what I'm saying? It's not a problem to break that down and show that. You see, and show that. So the thing is this, and let me get this in here. Even when you're talking about, this is an Arctic nation, really. Arctic blast next week, Wednesday. See, and it go down. It's an Arctic blast. But we talking about indigenous. You see, there's no way you're going to produce a dark-skinned people in a land mass that's damn near cold, damn near 4-5 months out of the year. It's just not going to happen. You see, you're not going to be indigenous. Now, were black people over here thousands and thousands? Yes, I can agree with that they were here. You understand? But they came from Africa. Where else did they come from? You see what I'm saying? Where else did they come from? And the reason why I can state that is the fact of the elements of the culture that they left. You see, the culture and the element that they left. You see, from the pyramid, the structures of the pyramids, and so on and so forth. That came, it could be laid out. It's not a problem to lay it out. You see what I'm saying? The fact that the Olmecs, you see, it ain't just the fact that they had pyramids. It was the fact that they were, even when you go inside of the pyramid, you see the ascending and the descending stairway inside of the pyramid. You see the structure of it is the same. The fact, not only did they have pyramids, see, this is shit that cannot be wiped away. When you say that the African, that they were not Africans and that somehow there was no connection to Africa, that's a motherfucking lie. When you look at the pyramid, whether you're looking at the one at Palenque, even the ones at Teotihuacan, you see in the one at Palenque, which was the pyramid of Pakal. You see what I'm saying? The ascending and the descending stairway is no different than the Great Pyramid. And then not only that, that the old Mecca, along with the Egyptians and the Nubians, and also the Cretians, the Minoans, are some of the only cultures in the world that had hieroglyphic script. You see what I'm saying? Nah, they're just like when you go to, and so not only the ascending and the descending, but the stone sarcophaguses that they were, and not only the stone sarcophaguses, but the hieroglyphs. You got the stone sarcophaguses and the hieroglyphs carved into the sarcophaguses. You see what I'm saying? You see, it ain't just that. Yeah, it ain't just that. And so, yeah, we talking about the culture, you see? And so there had to be a connection in that respect. But even when you go over there to Machu Picchu, you see what I'm saying? And you look at the megalithic stones, and you look at them stones that got them zigzags. You see what I'm saying? And them is the same stones when you go to the Giza Plateau. You see a lot of them stones at the Giza Plateau in the Great Pyramid, also in Menkaura's Pyramid, and also the Valley Temple of Khafra. When you look and you see them stones where they cut them in zigzags and shit, it's only a couple of places in the world where you can even find stones like that. That's megalithic stones that's cut in zigzags and shit like that. You see, you can't even, you know what, you know what, the one landmass, man, listen here. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. When they talk about the one landmass, let me tell y'all something. Niggas has got me rolling. They act like these land masses is fucking sponges and shit. Do you know how much granite and shit is up under? Yeah, you gonna have where certain tectonic plates and shit scrub each other. And so, yeah, there'll be some tearing of land in certain areas. But you got to understand, that there's a lot of granite. There's a lot of different rocks that are up under these continents. They're not just going to float away like that. You see, because these motherfuckers is solid all the way down. You see what I'm saying? So, they ain't just, when they was all together. You see what I'm saying? And when was that? Even if you assume that they were all, when was that? Most scientists will tell you that shit was so many millions of years ago. I mean, look at how goddamn Arabia broke away from goddamn Africa, but it's still right there. You see what I'm saying? How long would it take for, for goddamn Arabia to, to be where Australia is? You got to understand that these land masses is solid all the way down. When you see I see the Russians and shit, then dug down miles and miles and miles down, and the motherfucker it's granite. It's rock. So how in the fuck is it just gonna float away? How's it gonna do that? I don't understand that. How's it gonna fucking float away? That distance with all this solid ass rock and shit up under this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? That's illogical. You act like this is a goddamn a rubber dub, 3 men in a goddamn, I don't know, whatever the story is, and a rubber ducky that can just float away. It ain't gonna float away like that. Yeah, it ain't gonna just float away like that. But even if they did, goddamn, how if Arabia broke away from Africa and it's still right, how long would it take? Even if you thought it floated away, how, with the distance between Africa and South America, how fucking many millions of years would that have taken for them to float away like that? Which I don't believe that they did, and most scientists don't believe. You see, let's talk about it. That don't make no goddamn sense. And like I said, they've been digging down in the ground trying to get all them resources out of it. And the further they go down, is rock and granite. And you know what I'm saying? It's rock and granite. That shit ain't floating away like that. It ain't floating. Yeah, well, it's all well, it's all conversation. You see, but I tell you what, I bet you if when it comes to proving that the old Mecca and all of that is African, it's not a problem for me to do that. I'm a master in that. Ain't no running from me. You see, it ain't no running from me. So when you try to totally discard Africa, you in trouble. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. You see what I'm saying? You're not gonna make it. I'm gonna go where you cannot go, and I'm gonna prove that. So, family, I want to thank y'all for being here tonight. I ain't gonna keep you up all night. We ain't about to, we ain't gonna keep y'all. I know y'all got to get up, but I'll be black. I'm gonna have it ain't nothing but respect. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. And at the end of the day, like I say, I don't negate anybody saying that they got legacy here. I don't negate. But where I have the problem is the disconnect from Africa. That's where I have the problem. When people try to disconnect from Africa, I have no problem in saying that our people, and I've always stated that, just like people say, you've been doing this shit for so long, you know what I'm saying, talking about this topic. But, and I've always connected the ancient cultures here to the Africans. I have always, and I really don't understand what the problem is. It's just that some people here are, they have a hatred for Africa to the point where they will even they will disregard even the African Holocaust. And it should be no reason where you have to disregard the African Holocaust to prove that you are the first people here. Why would you have to do that? You see what I'm saying? It could be both are correct, that there was an African Holocaust and we were here first. Why is it necessary and I'm gonna add, and before I get out of here, because what they say, and I'm keep laughing. You say, Seti, are the Berber indigenous to Africa? You know what? If you talking about that white Berber up there, no, they're not. They're not indigenous to Africa. They're not. They no different. The Berber, but see, the thing is, you got to understand the groups that have conquered into Northern Africa. And you have to look at the waves you see of conquerors down through the years. You see, that's just like when people don't talk about, you got to talk about even in Egypt. You see what I'm saying? That you didn't have the Turks in there. And the Turks brought many of them. Alexander came in. The Turks brought the Slavs. You know what I'm saying? The Mamelukes, what you call the Mamelukes, was in there. You see what I'm saying? They Slavic. They come out of southern Russia. And when he conquered he brought a lot of Slavs and Albanians, because the original Muhammad Ali, who was a pasha in Egypt, he was from Albania. You see, he was from Albania. So when you talk about even the Vandals, when they sacked Rome, they came into Northern Africa. You see, they came into Northern Africa. The Vandals, which were a Germanic tribe, they came into Africa. The Byzantine also had come into Africa. You see, Egypt. So you have to look at Northern Africa, and you have to look at all, from the fall of Egypt and how many different groups have come in there. All of that is mixed in. The Africans went south. You see, so what you see up there in the Berber, in the Arab, and even the Egyptian, they mix with all type of shit from Europe. You understand what I'm saying? They mix with all type of shit from Europe. They not African, not at all. They a bastard race. You know what I'm saying? So when you ask what the modern so-called Egyptian, the Berber, they mix a mixed race of nothing but different crackers. That's all they is. And all you had to do is just get your timeline and see how when they conquered then and this, that, and that's what you got. That's what you got. That's what you got. That's right. That's right. That's right. And so, but anyway, family, we heating up out here. We just want to, and family asked me what I debate. Man, listen here. I wouldn't have no problem at all. You see what I'm saying? But I just got to get the big one. You understand what I'm saying? And they can run to, and whatever they think they can run to, it's not going to be enough. I guarantee you. It's not going to be enough. All right. You say, yes, but Seti, the blood ain't mathing. Let me put that in there. But the blood, and what do you mean by that when you say that? Explain that to me. When you say that the blood ain't mathing. Explain that to me so I can understand what it means. Just put it down there and I what does it mean by that? Okay. And that's all right. That's all right. You know what I'm saying? What? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But you have to understand that our people's, been in America and isolated from America. So yes, there's been some blood mixing. Yes, it have been. Yeah. But see, this is what. See, no. And see, this is I'm not gonna let y'all get away with that. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm not gonna let you get away with that. Because on one end, let me explain this to you. Now I done heard niggas out there, and what they said is this, and then I'm gonna get ghost, but I'm gonna bring this point up. It is said that we were fooled into believing we was from Africa. Now you say I'm not African. You're not. I don't look at me. You see what I'm saying? Look at me. But I done heard a lot of teachers out there say they tricked us into thinking we was coming from Africa. Nah, if a motherfucker told you was from China, you could easily look at a Chinese and see we don't look alike. Now, if the motherfucker trying to trick you into believing you from somewhere, if the motherfucker trying to be successful, you at least got to look like the motherfucker. You're not going, and so for you to say, look at like all Africans look the same, that's not true. You see what I'm saying? That's not true. And that's where, I'm not going to let you get away with that. But in order for them to trick us into believing that we was from Africa, the only way he could trick us into that is that we had to at least look like the African. If we didn't at least look like he wasn't trying to be successful. What if he say you from Japan? I mean, you could discard that immediately. Well, I could see I don't look like a Japanese, so you're not going to trick me into believing I'm from Japan. Okay? You see? I don't care what that. I'm just saying what it is. You see? And so unless you can show me that no other landmass than this, I didn't already went over there. I'm not going to go over this again. If you saying genealogy and you say your genealogy and you say indigenous is rooted in gene, that's it. And so you gonna tell me how the hell can somebody with large amounts of melanin originate or be indigenous in a landmass that's damn near damn near ice cold 5 months out the goddamn year? You lying, man. You lying. I'm just gonna deal with that. You lying. You lying. There's no way. I see dark people all, and I don't give a goddamn what fucking. It don't make no whatever race they want to call themselves. I don't give a god. If you watch and you look around the world, when you go to that equator, you gonna see dark people. I don't give a fuck where you go around, you gonna see dark. You see what I'm saying? You're not gonna make me believe indigenous mean you can look at a person's genes. So if they dark, then we know. You can even look at the animals. If you look at the goddamn polar bear, they white. You can look at all animals that in the Arctic, they white. You see what I'm saying? That's just a fact. That's just a fact. You go to the equator, and goddamn it, you see that most people's is dark. If they and so if they dark melanated, more than likely, if they dark melanated, that they originated, mean indigenous to a place where it was hot all year around, indigenous. And if they migrated somewhere else where it's not hot all year round, that does not make them indigenous to where they at today. You see what I'm saying? That does not make them indigenous to where they at today. When they trace their gene back to their original homeland, it's gonna be on the equator. That's just facts. That's just facts. You ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna tell me you originated in a land that is damn near ice cold 5 years around. Stop it. Stop it. I see goddamn Indians got goddamn winter clothes. Shit. Them motherfuckers, you ain't gonna fool me. When that goddamn ice come around, them motherfuckers got buffalo skins on their back. You see what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers got buffalo boots and shit and all of that. They ain't walking around out there with no goddamn thongs on and shit. You see what I'm saying? No, they ain't walking out there with no they got on buffalo clothing. Period. Cause it's cold in a motherfucker. Okay? So you can man, y'all is crazy. Y'all crazy as hell, man. Y'all crazy as hell, but I love it. All right, family. We can keep it going on. It's a conversation that needs to be had. We will continue to have it, and it's in due respect. I know y'all, I know family, and that, and it's all in due respect. So y'all keep bringing it on, and I'm going to keep cracking y'all goddamn head with just clear fact. Talking about, well, okay then, but that doesn't exclude cosmic law and natural law. Anytime man-made law come in contradiction with cosmic law always trump man. So you can show, man, no, I don't give a fuck. It don't trump cosmic law. It don't trump natural law. Yeah. Look at the Tano. Look at Tano. If you don't get up off of my shit, talking about you. No, I ain't seeking shit. I don't need money. Talking about you're seeking attention. Keep researching, grow. How big is your channel? You see, you talking about, well, motherfucker, I'm internationally known. I don't need no goddamn channel. What the fuck you talking about, Tano? Who the fuck you think you talking to? What your channel look like? You see? Yeah. What yours looking like? I'm Gucci, motherfucker. I'm all over this motherfucker. It ain't a motherfucking place on the planet where nigga they don't know General SETI. Who the fuck is you? That's what we need to find out. Who the fuck is you? You see what I'm saying? Who the fuck is you? That's what we need to find out. Who? Don't nobody know that. All right, family, let's get on up out of here. All right, family, this is General Sarasun SETI saying, hey, they about to jump me, y'all. You see, they about to jump. Them motherfuckers they tying up their moccasins and they about to get on my ass. You understand what I'm saying? They got their moccasins on. They about to get me, y'all. All right, family, this is General Sarasun SETI saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast, daily liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power. Ah.